Hi everyone, this is Nana here. So welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna be showing you some ugly parts of my zero waste life. So my zero waste life is no way perfect. It's not as aesthetic as you may want to think it is. I mean, I do try to keep things a little aesthetic, but I do have items which are plastic, which are not very good looking, but that I proudly use at home without any shame at all. So, zero waste or sustainable living is not about just throwing away whatever plastic you have at home and having a mason jar full of your trash or a pantry which is filled with glass containers. No, it's not about that. It's about using whatever you already have as much as possible, or using even plastic items that may otherwise have been going to the landfill. So it's about a lot of conscious living. And the consciousness does not have to do with plastic alone. We've all been misguided to think that zero waste or sustainable living is all about getting rid of anything plastic in our lives. That's not the case. So today you're gonna see some ugly parts of my zero waste life, and we're gonna break this stigma about zero waste living. Let's go and debunk about this whole notion of sustainability. If you see there, those are all plastic containers that I keep reusing over and over again. Are they aesthetic? Not really. I mean, they're just sitting there in different sizes and colors and different packaging and everything. I just don't care. So the reason I have these are because I like to buy rolled oats, and I still haven't been able to get rolled oats without any packaging. I buy it in the largest amount that I can get, which is usually I think around 1 kilo or 1.5 kilo. We have Shadows biscuits in that, we have some rice flour in that, some chips in that, some biscuits in that. It doesn't look very pretty, but it's okay. So I do have a lot of plastic containers all around my kitchen, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Now when I get something new, I do try to avoid plastic, but sometimes it just isn't possible. And if you already have plastic containers at home, use it to store your dry groceries. So I recently went and mended my shoes. So there was a whole crack, the sole had cracked open here, and I went to a cobbler and got it mended. The shoe is not like in a perfectly great state. As you can probably see, the interior of it is coming off, and it's not like in a great condition at all. They have been serving me well for a long time, and whenever I go for like short distances and stuff, I love wearing this. Even if it's not completely pretty, I feel I could still make a really good use of it till it actually completely comes out. So I'll probably still keep using it and not opt for a new one in its place. A similar shoes that I still wear, which has been coming apart. As you can see, it's coming apart over here, here, everywhere. It's coming apart, but I still use it because the soles haven't gone yet. It's totally, I mean, fine. If I wanna wear it outside when I'm going out in the society, I still wear it. I don't care about how it looks. It serves my purpose. So yeah, even if it looks ugly, I still use it. So we have been using this bubble top for so many years now, and even in our previous homes, this is what we've been using for our water. So the thing is, this we give it back to them and they refill it, seal it up and bring it to us. So it gets reused quite a lot. I mean, I can afford to get a RO, but I really don't like ROs much. So I like using this bubble top. It's not very pretty, it doesn't look very aesthetic inside the kitchen. You know what? It serves me very well. We've been using this for so many years. So when this gets some kind of algae at the bottom, we just wash it, clean it, and then reuse it all over again. So we are very happy with this bubble top of ours, and even if it's ugly, does not matter to us. So the next ugly thing I have at home are these. So this is basically like a old ugly looking cup that I actually took along from my hometown So while I was traveling, I needed something to carry my plant cuttings in. So I thought, why not just use this old plastic cup or glass or something which was just lying around useless at my home there. I just had one cutting of like 2 leaves. That's all I had when I brought it here. And look at it grow into a whole new plant, a whole ecosystem of itself. And even if I plant this into a actual pot, I will reuse this cup for more of my cuttings so that it can grow bigger and bigger in time. So the next ugly looking item is this plastic sheet. Like, I know it doesn't even have a shape. It looks honestly very, very ugly. So yeah, doesn't even have a shape. This is basically like one of those baby sheets, and this we got for Shadow to have in the car while she's traveling with us. Sadly, it started tearing apart and I didn't feel the heart to just throw it away. So now I am using the sheet as my gardening mat. So basically this is what I use to put on the floor when I'm working on my plants or anything. It makes sure that the mess, the whole soil and mess, everything stays within this sheet itself, and it's easy to clean because it's plastic. Even though it came out tearing apart for me, I don't care about shape or size for my garden mat, so it served me well, and so I'm happy. I'm probably just gonna continue using this for a long time until the whole thing falls apart. So this is a pile of garbage for a lot of people, but this is something that I always keep. This is a cardboard box that I'm reusing to store all my shipping items, like things that I got through delivered items, which includes bubble wrap, even the sustainable bubble wrap, lots of paper things, and so many things like this. So what I do is usually I collect it, and whenever I have some kind of delivery to make, I reuse these for the packing, or if not, if I don't use it for a long time, I just give it off to small businesses so that they can reuse it. And this is in my guest bedroom, and yes, it can be a little ugly here. So when we do have guests, you know what, I just put them under the bed. That's all I do. But otherwise it stays on the floor right there, right beside the bed, looking ugly, but I have no care in the world about that because it's something that I feel is really useful for me, and I'm probably gonna keep having a pile of this all the time. So next is inside my bathroom. So these were all the items that were already in this house when we came in. I mean, we didn't buy this, it was just here. We just did not throw it out. They're perfectly in good condition. They're not pretty looking, they're quite ugly. They're probably quite old as well, but you know what? It serves as well for our cleaning purposes and stuff. So we're using this. So this is my cleaning items. This again, all these things we found in this house when we got it. We did not throw it away. I use this brush for cleaning purposes. These two are things that we get from a zero waste store. Once we finish using this, we give it back, and then they send it back with more of cleaners. It's not very aesthetic looking, and this is inside our personal bathroom. It has been serving us for our cleaning purposes, so I'm all for it. This is our entire area in the kitchen where we collect our plastic waste, and either we send it to recyclers or we reuse it or give it to small businesses or something like that. So this is a plastic container that we've been using for a while, and this is to store all the cleaned plastic wrappers and packets and everything. We store it here, and then I segregate it, and then I either send it for upcycling or recycling, depending on which seems better. So this is again an ugly corner in our kitchen. We don't throw it out every single day, so hence it piles up quite easily. My pantry also does not look very pretty. There are lots of items which come in plastic items only, and old plastic containers that I have been using for a very, very long time. I've had these things for years, probably 4-5 years at least. So they are not very pretty looking. they're not perfect in any way. So this is Shadow's treat station, I would say. Shadow comes here for any time she wants her treats. She stands right in front of this because she knows this is where all her treats and food items are stored. So this again is full of plastic, because sadly it's not very easy to get dog treats plastic free at all, but we don't want to deny her treats either. So mostly all of this comes in plastic. Once a container with treats is done, her packet is over, we make sure when we cut it horizontally across the packet, and then we clean it up, dry it, and then we try and send it for upcycling. So that is what we are trying to do, but this is the reality, and this is in our dining room. This table sits in our dining room. It's not a very pretty sight at all, and this is a lot of her medicines and stuff, even though it's like wooden cupboard, but the things inside is not very pretty looking, and it's just the reality of living a zero waste life as much as possible. I am constantly in search of options which are package free and plastic free, but until I find those, I cannot deny my baby these things. So sadly, this is a reality of it. And that was the reality of my zero waste life. Plastic exists in my life. I try and bring items in plastic free or package free as much as possible, but that's not possible 100% of the time. There are items that I only get with plastic packaging, and sometimes that is something I have to be okay with. Know that we need to break the stigma of having a perfectly aesthetic looking household which only has glass, metal, or wood inside all over. That's not the case. We all have plastic, and we don't need to just dump everything outside just because it's plastic. So do whatever you can to make sure that you dispose of or use it responsibly. So please make sure that you share this video with as many of your friends so that they become aware of the fact that it is not a perfectly zero waste life. That's just a lie. This is the reality of a zero waste life or a sustainable life, and that's totally okay. So I hope you enjoyed this reality check. So I hope that this video has made a lot of you totally relieved about your own lifestyle, because this is exactly what zero waste or low waste or sustainable lifestyle is all about. So please make sure that you go check out this video over here to find the items that I still buy in plastic, and find out this video here of the items that I do not buy at all. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. So until then, bye bye.